Hello, hi. Can you hear me, everyone? Hi. Okay, so today, welcome to the webinar, and we will be talking about. Now, there are actually 4 webinars that I give every month. So the first webinar is about diamonds, right? How to choose 4 C's and how to grade diamonds. Actually, I give like a lab environment where everyone get to know how to grade diamond, right? The second week, usually I talk about wedding bands and we talk about customization of wedding bands. And the third webinar is to tell the difference between lab grown and natural diamonds. Now, this is the fourth one where I have open discussion with whoever who is attending, and you can feel free to chat with me about exactly what you need to what you want to know more. In general, I would like to cover a little bit about gemstones. I like to cover about the different metals. Should you choose white gold, silver, platinum? What are the pros and cons? Yeah, so there are many little discussions that we can touch on, but let me just say hello to everyone here today first. So hi Siti, hi Daryl, hi James, yeah, and many more of you. So I just want to say hi to you, and so that you know that I'm watching you. And if you like to chat with me, please let me know. We can unmute you, or if you like to just type out your chat, feel free to. Okay. All right, so today I'm representing 2 companies here. Let me just introduce the 2 companies. One is eClarity, the other one is BA.SG. What's the difference between these 2 companies? So eClarity specializes in customization. The craziest thing that we have customized, let me share with you a few things. There was this guy who recorded his sound wave, I love you, a sound wave, and sent to us, and we customized that sound wave onto a ring. Yeah, I wonder if we have an attachment of this photo. If we have, I'll show you later. I also have this guy who say, Amanda, my girlfriend likes a soft toy, which is a lion. Can you customize this lion into a pendant? And we did that before. That is eClarity. Has been around for 16 years, award winning, and customized so many precious jewelry for the Singaporean couples here, and also couples within the region. Okay, now BA.SG is a crazy, new, youthful, environmentally friendly brand. So BA.SG sells online, and you can now schedule appointment to see the BA team as well. Now, what are they good at? This is something that attracts so many people these days. Best price challenge. Okay, you hear me? Yes, I'm correct. Thank you for typing. Yes, it's best price challenge. So whatever that you find online, in store and all that, you can always challenge BA.SG to give you an even better price. So their phone numbers are all stated there. Whether you want something that is more one-on-one attention, or whether you want something that is guaranteed best value, natural lab-grown diamond, BA.SG can help you. Okay, and my name is Amanda. So I graduated from NUS many years ago, and I did a career switch where I did a postgraduate gemology. For 16 years, I've been seeing all the marrying couples, proposing guys, sharing with all of you the tips on how to choose the right jewelry for wedding and for anniversary, for celebrations. Okay, all right. And now let me go into the topic. Okay, now can you share with me, guys, here? James, Daryl, City, Susan, can you just share with me what stage are you in now? Are you getting married? Are you looking for little gifts for each other? What exactly are you most interested? Because this session 4 is meant to be more interactive. So I will love to interact with you. Okay, all right. Okay, while waiting for you to type, let me just share with you the different metals. Okay, so that is the first topic. Now, just so that you know that, yeah, the previous slide, please, Curie. Okay, so this slide teach us one thing is how do you compute the difference between have you heard of things like 24K, 22K, 20K, 18K, 14K, and 9K? So just so that you know, these are the karat of gold metal. They are not the carat, which is the weight of the diamond. Karat is actually the gold content of jewelry metal. So yeah, so for example, when we talk about something that is 24K, is 24 divided by 24 times 100. If something is 18K, is 18K divided by 24 times 100. That will get you the percentage of the gold content. Okay, now I have many Muslim customer, for example, they share with me that the guys are not supposed to wear gold. So sometimes they ask, so we also have customers from Malaysia, and we notice that some Malays in Malaysia, they do get 9K, 9K, which means the gold content 9 divided by 24 times 100, the gold content is 37.5%. Yeah, whereas in Singapore, but I'm not really sure, is it because the customers in Malaysia, they are the female? Because in Singapore, all the female Muslim, they can get gold content, like 18K is rather popular. But the guys will usually go for platinum or silver, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If there are any Muslim attendees here today, just share with me, is that also your plan? Is that also your practice, that maybe for the guys wouldn't be choosing gold, but will be choosing platinum or silver, whereas the girls will then go for the different content of the gold. Now, the most popular content is 18K. So let me just share with you my surrounding a little bit if you have not been to eClarity. So we have, and pardon the mess, but there are many wedding bands here waiting for appointments to come, because at 7 o'clock, eClarity has many appointments, and then we'll be showing the wedding bands. And on my right, that's Chris, and beside Chris, there are many ring setting for you to choose. So meaning when you choose a diamond for proposal, then we will let you choose a design. So I think we are probably the only one in Singapore where we give interesting customization like that. Okay, all right, this is for you to understand the gold content. Hello, I have some new people joining us. Just so that you know, the fourth session is meant to be very interactive, because I can always customize the talk according to your preference. What I plan for you is talking about the gold content, gemstones, what gift to get for babies, for best friends, for anniversaries, and then some customization ideas. Okay, this is the fourth session of webinar. All right, okay, next slide. Yes, and then yes, this is a different content. So just so that you know, whenever we say 18K, it's always, if your math is good, is 18 divided by 24 times 100, and you get, what do you get? 75. Well done. So it's 75% of gold content. The rest of the 25% would then make the color. So what is rose gold? A perfect rose gold composite is one that is with 75% of yellow gold. The 25% is copper and some other material. So your end result is the original rose gold and it's not plated. Okay, can I show some rose gold item? Yeah. And then whereas your white gold, the best composite is again 75% of yellow gold. And then the 25% is the, for example, palladium, iridium, nickel, or whatever white metal that create a real white gold alloy. Okay, you get what I mean, right? Rather than you just make a yellow gold and you plate it to any color you like. That's why when people ask us, whether the color will fade off or not, it depends on how the gold is created. All right, okay. So let me just show you rose gold, okay? Now there's, and there are terms like rose gold lah, pink gold lah. Can I have a torch, please? So this is to show you the one is, can I have the very beautiful rose gold? Yeah. Okay, so here, can you see? Chris, are you able to enlarge my screen for them to see?
No, but they can click
okay.
on
All
the
right.
side.
So you can see that these are rose gold. And there are many, okay, I have a question here. Someone asked me what's the difference between rose gold and yellow gold. Let me see whether I can pick a very different. Okay, so let me show you rose gold, champagne gold, and yellow gold. Curie, are you able to be my model? So I always ask Curie to be my model because it's her finger. Curie, can you just pick a rose gold? Curie is here. Okay, Curie will wear a rose gold. Okay, because Curie has a lot of rings on her finger. So Curie will wear rose gold. Do you have a yellow gold for her, Chris? Because my yellow gold here mixed with hold on, okay? We like Curie wear. All right, so then you understand the rose gold, yellow gold, and champagne gold. They are really the gold alloy that creates the color. Now there are things like they might get oxidation, and you can bring it back. We can put back on the to reduce the oxygen away. Am I getting too scientific? Yeah, you can stop me. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So then you can either do that or you can just continue to wear it because it just look more married. Okay. Yeah. So these are the original color. Now white gold, will it fade off? Now I have this question popping out as well. It does fade off because there's not the 75% of yellow gold and the 25% of iridium doesn't get you a perfectly white metal. It is always a little bit yellowish still. It's very much like a champagne base that's coating of white gold. But I want you to chill because most of the time when someone wear a original white gold come back, right, we are the one who ask, hey, do you notice that it has changed color a little bit? Surprisingly, most of the customer actually don't realize that at the back of it, the color has changed a little bit. So white gold is considered okay as long as the jeweler shouldn't take yellow gold and plate it to white. As long as it's a bit of an effort to do a white gold alloy, it's okay. Now, why do I say that 18K, 75% is a perfect composite? It's because you want the metal to be quite pure. So in the market now, especially in the States, they are doing things like 14K, 9K. Now, what does that mean? That means the gold content is very little. You have very high content of silver, nickel, iridium, very low content on the gold, the pure gold. So of course, price is better. So that one I will leave it to customers request whether, you know, by default, I like to make 18K just so that you know you're receiving a premium metal. Okay, I think Curie is ready. Let me just let Curie take the, okay, what color is that, Curie? Are we able to see clearly? Curie, the first one is rose gold. The second is yellow gold.
How can we tell if we can split the yellow gold and turn into the white gold?
And then can I also show champagne gold? Okay, so now there are 3 here. Okay, I have a few questions here. One is Adrian is asking, how can we tell if a retailer has plated the yellow gold and turned it into white gold? Sadly, right, when the item is new, you won't be able to tell. Even the stamping wouldn't tell you because the stamping actually just tell you that it is 75% or it's 18K. You will have to ask, okay? And then you will probably tell them that I will come back to you. If it turn back to completely yellow, I will come back to you. Is that okay? So because it will tell. It will tell. If it's a yellow gold and plate it to white, it will change color rather quickly. Okay. Thank you, Kiri. Yeah. Okay. So I hope I answered to the question. Okay, Kiri, I need you to change slide already. Yeah. So keep your questions coming. Okay. Black gold. Okay, someone saw the black gold there and asked me, yeah, so black gold is coated, my dear. Let me just show you black gold. So, can you see? I try not to shine the lights. I think it's clearer. So this is black gold. Because there are customers who like black gold, especially the guys, right? And then they ask us to create this. Now, is it plated? It is plated. But so do you notice that we have designed it quite smartly? Like the black gold is actually on the indented area of the design rather than be on the surface, because if it's on the surface, it's easy for you to scratch it off. But when the black gold is inside, it is easier to maintain. So talking about this pair of band, similar design. So I have this couple, they got something similar to this in black gold. They came back with 4 kits, okay? They say, Amanda, do you remember me? I bought that black gold ring from you. I say, I want to see your bands. So I kind of like jumped over to all the high and all that. I want to see after 4 kits, how would the black gold ring present itself. And when I look at their black gold ring, I am happy to say that it was still quite intensely black for them for a few reasons. So number one is that it has to be on an indented surface. It shouldn't be, for example, black gold but on the top of it, because then I wouldn't say it shouldn't be, but if it's in that kind of design structure, then you will get prepared that your black gold will turn into light gray very quickly, and then it might even change to white or champagne rather quickly. You have to come back and continue to maintain it. But because black gold is extremely popular, we now have different methods to make black gold, and we even have blue gold and all that. Coating is one way. Ceramic is another way. Mounting black onyx is another way. So I have all these samples here. When you're ready, I will show you. If you're interested, I will show you. Okay, all right. Yes, and someone say that purple gold. So let me just show you purple gold. I like it, Adrian. Hello, I've seen you before last week. So welcome back. And this is purple gold. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, you see, you can of course create an alloy. It's not wrong for the website to say that the alloy can go as close to purple as possible, but you still need a layer of coating. I'm not representing the brand that you said, but then again, technically, it's either number one, your gold content is so low that your purple metal take up that composite to make it really purple. So you check the gold content. That's number one, right? Maybe you can even ask them what is your gold content, and then you share it with me, and I will share with you how permanent that could be, right? Because if 75% is yellow gold, what is so powerful in that 25% that makes a purple alloy? Okay, so that remains the first question to ask. And the second question is that it's an alloy, but maybe the alloy is purplish champagne, right? Or reddish champagne, and then you add a layer of purple. So all these can be discovered when you ask about the content in the alloy, which should be able to share. Okay, so I love that question. Oh, yeah. Okay. Come, next. I love it that you are even sharing jokes with me. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, this is just a picture to just want to highlight to you the difference. Of course, we exaggerated the color a little bit. So you look at that when you are customizing something. I mean, I talk about wedding bands in detail again on the second week of every month, second Tuesday of every month. But this is to show you that whenever you choose a jewelry, be it a pendant, be it a pair of earrings, be it rings, you always think about these, what gold would you like to choose? Okay, now the white one could be silver as well. As I shared, some Muslim customers, the couples, the guys will choose silver or platinum. And then the girls can then choose white gold or platinum. They all look similar, but of course, your maintenance is very different. Price can be very different as well. Silver is, of course, less than half the price. Platinum is 1.5 higher than 18K gold. But silver also oxidizes very easily, right? So all these pros and cons, I will net you when you want to know more. So feel free to ask question, okay? Yeah, okay, just this is to show you the platinum and white gold. Many people have asked me, and I have a question popping up. Thank you, Daryl, for asking this question. So what is the difference between white gold and platinum? And how do you choose? I always say that white gold and platinum, they have their pros and cons. Okay, it is not 100% because when you go into a sales shop, they always sell you platinum because platinum is typically higher price. I want to tell you some benefits of white gold as well, which is number one, they are actually tougher. Okay, so when you, what is tough? What is tough? Tough means it can withstand resizing a bit better. So let's say you're wearing a platinum ring. Now you are very slim, you're wearing a size 9, for example. 2 years, 4 years later, you give birth to a few kids. Your size change. The white gold can withstand resizing a bit better than platinum. Platinum, it might have a tension line on the ring. I'm just being naggy and careful here. Like, it doesn't really happen all the time, but white gold has this benefit. Another benefit of white gold is it's more elastic. So if you are to check the precision of the design, white gold gives you very precise design, whereas platinum is usually so when you see under a microscope, you check the diamond and the claws. Diamond and white gold typically are together. Diamond and platinum usually has a little microscopic gap. That is also due to the elasticity of white gold. Okay, so I'm just sharing all these with you, and then you can always talk to me one-on-one so that I can recommend a metal according to your preference. Now, but if you are choosing purple gold or choosing rose gold, choosing black gold, then don't go platinum lah. Because then the benefit of platinum, which is white metal and not changing color, will then be eliminated. Then why do you still go for platinum? Right? Thank you for the question also. Correct? So if you're going for rose gold, don't choose a platinum and coat it to rose gold. You just choose a rose gold where 75% of yellow, 25% of copper and other content to make that rose gold color. Okay, I have another question coming in. Very good. I love the interaction. Please continue asking. What's the difference between rose gold and pink gold? Now, there are people who just use it interchangeably, right? When they say rose gold, it actually means pink gold. When they say pink gold, it actually means rose gold. Technically, we like to differentiate rose gold from pink gold. Like rose gold is original. Pink gold is plated. So it's actually yellow gold. You plate it to rose and we call it pink. This is the second differentiation. The third way of differentiation is really sometimes both original, but because of different alloy, and one is alloy plus plating, one is more pink, the other one is more orange. Then we also differentiate rose gold, pink gold. Is there a standard way, like you can trust that when someone say pink gold, it means what, rose gold, it means what? No, there's no standard rule in the market. So when people come to me, I always bring out a few rose gold lah, pink gold lah, and say, hey, which one do you like? Then they choose on. I put a reference that, okay, the color will refer to this. And then the second question, do you want to have it plated or do you want original? It will be strange. For yellow gold, sometimes to plate it to rose gold is more readily acceptable by some of the couples because yellow and rose not too different, and they want to be able to change their mind. Like they cannot decide between rose gold and yellow gold. So they say, Amanda, you plate it lah. Then 1 year later, it change back to yellow. I take it as yellow lah. If I want to come back to recoat, I come back to recoat lah. So okay, I accept that for yellow gold and rose gold, but I will ask you lah, right? I shouldn't not ask you and decide for you because this is something that you will have to face the music later because the consequence is, how come my rose gold become yellow gold? Okay, all right, just to share with you. All right, next. Now you understand about metals already. I hope you understand about metals, okay? The guys and the girls, any question, continue to ask me. I will move on to cover a bit of gemstone, okay? So just so that you know, this fourth Tuesday of the month, I cover a bit of everything. Metal lah, gemstones lah, gifts lah, okay? So now the second part, gemstones. You guys know what gemstones are, right? Gemstones are not diamonds, but they are precious stones, right? And I have showed this tray before. So I actually got my team to prepare this my magic box of gemstone. So having the most important gemstone here, almost one each. So later I'll pull it out and show it to you when we talk about the kind of gemstone. Now, of course, people who have attended the last webinar where I talk about lab-grown gemstones and all that, you know that when you see something with colors, when you see a stone with colors, most of the time, we're talking about gemstones, okay? Because diamonds with colors is very rare and very desirable, also very pricey, okay? But gemstones means any stones with colors, they are a bit more affordable than diamonds. Okay, all right. Now I want you to remember the big three. So you go back to your office and say, let me tell you what are the big three. The big three is sapphire, ruby, and emerald. Okay, this is called the big three. Meaning after diamond, these three are the most popular gemstone. Okay, now don't judge me on the lighting and all that, but I'm going to just pull out. This is a ruby, so it's just clip onto this something that looks like a ring, but it's not ring, so don't judge the design as well. So this is ruby. Ruby is always red, so don't go and tell people that I bought a blue ruby. Okay, yeah, Kiri, are you laughing? So there's nothing called a blue ruby, or you cannot say a pink ruby as well. You know, to be very technically right, ruby is always red. Okay, so in the market you will hear things like pigeon red ruby and all that. These are commercial names. Okay, so GIA hardly issue a cert that say this is pigeon red ruby. Okay, so it is really a bit of your personal judgment. There are some market rules of what can be passed off as a pigeon red ruby, but you can't find a scale or a saturation level technically to decide what is pigeon red ruby. Okay, so pigeon red ruby is most desirable, but it is not an academic term. It's more like a commercial term. So if I like it, I will call this pigeon red ruby. Okay, yeah. So that is about, like for example I mean, you won't call this a pigeon red ruby lah, right? You cannot go so 夸张 lah, huh? So ruby, okay, so just so that you know, the pigeon red ruby is the most saturated red that is very vibrant and rich. Okay, so that is one of the big three. The second big three that I want to show you is emeralds. Okay, now just to share, emerald, if you see scratches inside, like, okay, scratches is a wrong term. I just want to join you and say the wrong term. It's inclusions. If you see inclusion inside the stone, don't immediately say, you're not giving me a good emerald. Now, the thing about emerald, because the hardness is lower, emerald is under the beryls family. If I'm not wrong, the hardness on the morph scale is about 7, right? So diamond is 10, ruby is 9, sapphire is 9, beryl is about 7. Don't quote me, but it's around there, morph scale 7. Now, because they went through the volcanic eruption to come to the surface of the earth, they typically have some inclusions signs. So you will see some lines inside. Now, to the extent that sometimes when you see a perfect emerald, you will ask yourself, is this treated? Okay, to that extent, is this real? Or is this super costly? You get what I mean? I just want us to all learn how to appreciate emeralds. Okay, so sometimes the inclusions are embraced, like, okay lah, I accept it because you are real, right? Like your boyfriend, your husband, they are not perfect, but you love them for who they are, so you love the imperfections. Sorry, a bit overboard, but yeah, so that's about emerald. Okay, now don't be confused. There's also emerald cut diamond, correct? Yeah. So if I have, okay, very tiny one that Chris put beside me. There's an emerald cut bracelet here. So tiny, I'm sorry. Yeah, but you know, this is actually baguettes, but they look like emeralds. So this emerald is usually cut in a step cut, so much so that some diamonds follow the cutting method. So don't be confused. So when people say emerald, you need to know emerald gemstone or emerald cut diamond. Okay, one is just following the cut, but it's diamond. The other one is the greenstone. Okay, so this greenstone, this emerald is extremely popular in Indonesia, in our the elite group in Malaysia as well. So it's a very interesting. Now, when you see this stone, this is called peridot. So it's a younger version. Okay, no, I don't mean that. Like young couple, sometimes they like green. They typically like something a bit lighter, not this kind. I mean, I'm not giving this emerald a fair chance of presenting itself. The actual stone actually look lighter than probably the screen. It's a bit pastel color. You look at the picture. Do you see the peridot? Curie, can you? Yeah. So that's the peridot. So it's a young emerald. I mean, that's just my own term, right? Like a baby emerald, right? Okay. Whereas just now we talk about ruby, right? So there are people who like the lighter stone, like for example, this one, pink sapphire. So pink sapphire and red ruby. So one is like the more mature prime colors. The other one is more like the pastel. So you know the guys, the girls who in their 20s, early 30s, you know, they like something like that. And as we become more mature, we then choose something a bit more solid colors. This is what I noticed. Feel free to shake whatever experience that I observe. You can always ask for ruby even if you are 18 years old. Okay, and you can always wear a pink sapphire even if you are 55 years old. That's fine. It is your personality, right? For me, actually, I'm crazy over pink. So I passed that age, but I love pink. Sorry, yeah lah, don't judge lah. Okay, all right. Now let me show you sapphire. Sapphire, it is the most popular gemstone, so you must say this. And yeah, so don't judge the design. This is of course a very tie kind of design, but you look at this blue sapphire. Yeah, this is very pretty. Now, people like to talk about Sri Lankan sapphire, Kashmir sapphire. Now, it was as if that it means certain thing. But you know how all these things comes about, like for example, Sri Lankan sapphire. So of course, there was this time where the sapphires that came from Sri Lanka has a certain blue tone and saturation that people love. So from then on, people keep asking, is the sapphire from Sri Lanka? I want to share with you, gemstone can take aeroplane, so they fly around. So you know there was this time where when people like Sri Lankan sapphire, sapphire can always take a flight and come up from Sri Lanka. Um, I just want to say that, I mean, I'm just sharing, like you are my friends, I'm just sharing with you what could happen. But of course, people who are in the industry, specialize in gemstone enough, they look at a stone, they kind of know that, wow, this kind of colors only come from this area. This kind of stone only come from the other area. Now, very rare for a cert to have it written down. So I hope that you're not very particular with the origin. Now, if I talk to you like a friend, sometimes it doesn't matter, right? Because if I like the blue, I like the blue. Even if I find you from Singapore, you are a beautiful piece of sapphire and I just like it. Okay? All right. Now, what is the baby sapphire? I mean the baby as in, you know, the lighter. Now people love aquamarine as well. So this is an aquamarine. This is sapphire. Yeah. So if you think, so you know all the babies that I share with you, their price is also lower. They're like half the price of the mature, similar stones. All right. So yeah. So this is aquamarine. Okay. When do you buy stones like that? You either buy it for your anniversary. There are people who ask for gemstone for their proposal, but getting more and more popular gemstone for proposal, but most people will still go for diamond because you know lah. I mean, let me share some cliche thing. So diamond is okay, I'm just reading some of your comment, but later, okay, sorry, I got distracted a little bit. What was I saying just now? What was I saying? What was I saying just now? Anyone listening? Oh yeah. Thank you, Kiri. Sorry. So yes, sorry. Oh, already lah. I'm in the ruby age already. So yeah, so I was just saying that people typically choose diamond. I just share the cliche reason is because the hardness is 10. So I also share that there were people who throw the ring from level 12 to ground floor. You know, when things like that happen, diamond can withstand the fall lah. Your gemstone, I mean, just it's possible to break. It's possible to chip. But of course, how often do you throw a ring from level 12 to ground floor? You don't really do that, right? Yeah. So so just to share, so you know diamond is most popular for proposal, whereas your anniversary or celebration of after your first childbirth, your second childbirth, yeah, people come back, you know, like they give birth to a boy, they come back for sapphire or aquamarine, which are what in color? Now you should remember. And when they give, which is blue in color, yeah, right. Now when they give birth to a girl, they come back and buy a sapphire or they buy a ruby, you know, thinking that they will pass on these little gifts to their children next time. Okay, very wonderful. I have also this mother who came back and she has 2 kids, so she made a ring with 3 stones there. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be so big like what I showed you. Can I have the eternity tray? Okay, let me just show you an example. It can be like, you know, small little rings like this. I have this ring that I really like, the one with 5 stones. Okay, Chris is looking for that, but let me just show you this. So this one has 3 stones, like a ring with 3 stones. And then you can mount the 3 gemstones. I love this ring. Yeah, it's very. So there are 5 stones. You can give birth to 3 kids, and you can include your husband's birthstone as well. And then this one on the side, there are some diamonds. You should look at this ring in person because it's very beautiful in person. Yeah. Okay. So this is just some idea for us, the crazy moms, the things that we're willing to do for our kids.
Crazy rich moms.
Crazy rich moms. No lah, no need to spend a lot lah. Don't like that, like Chris. I'm sure you're. Like yesterday, actually, a couple came in 10-year anniversary. What they did was they just engraved the 3 kids' name inside the ring. Yeah, yesterday. So they 10-year anniversary so they bought a new pair of bands, simple one, and then yeah, just engraved the 3 kids. It was Emmanuel, Kiko, and don't remember the third kid's name. So 3 kids' name there. Okay, all right. Now let me see. This is your birthstone. Can you find your month? Chris, which month are you born in? I know, don't tell me. June, right?
Yep.
June. So you are Pearl or Alexandrite. Wow, Alexandrite is, right, Jimmy, the most expensive. Is it Alexandrite?
Yes, I think so.
Right? Recently we sold a Alexandrite. Correct? Yeah. Okay. See, I test my team, see whether they're listening or not. So Alexandrite is an interesting stone, very expensive stone, Chris. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Not one of the big 3. I don't know why. Maybe not, but it is expensive. And then Curie and I know we are October babies, and we are tourmaline. Okay, let me show you tourmaline. Curie, I just noticed that tourmaline is spelled as it should be tourmaline. Do I have a tourmaline here? Okay, while Chris look for tourmaline, let me show you this stone. Do you find it very interesting? Can you see the 2 colors? It's purple on top and yellow below. Huh? Yeah? So this is ametrine. So the top is amethyst, the bottom is citrine. Very interesting. It's a combination of 2 stones together. Yeah. Okay, I have a tiny tourmaline here. This is the October baby. Which babies are you guys? Okay, I have a lot of questions here. Wait, let me just scroll up a little bit. I saw a question from Adrian asking December whether is tanzanite. It's interesting, yes. So sometimes you see a variation of different stones representing different months. It's okay. But typically I find that it's usually the same color. Like for example, maybe December is a blue color. So topaz is blue. Tanzanite is also blue. Let me show you tanzanite. So Adrian, are you a December baby? So this is tanzanite. Let me show you topaz. So this is tanzanite and this is topaz. Yeah, 2 different stones. Okay. Oh, you just love blue and tanzanite. Okay. Sure. Actually, I'm not a very birthstone person. Yeah, I just follow whatever colors that I like, right? Because yeah, I think there are people who believe in the qi, like if you're born in that month, you wear that birthstone, it gives you good luck, or yeah. I think it's just something to help people who cannot decide. Like so many gemstones, so I just buy a gemstone to decide what I want, right? But I just follow the colors I like. And ultimately I kind of want to have one color each lah, you know, like the colors that I like. So easier to match clothes, right? Like if I'm wearing blue today, I want to wear a blue stone, right? If I'm wearing red today, I don't want to be wearing a blue stone. For example, I want to wear a pink stone. Yeah, so I think we can always keep that open. Aquamarine and topaz, yes. This semi-precious stone and precious stone thing is again not on textbook. So yes, so typically people like to refer the big three as precious stone, and probably tanzanite because of the price is also precious stone, and the rest they will call it a semi-precious stone. Commercial terms, so there are no right or wrong to that. But I think the right term is all of them are gemstones. Yeah. Okay. Some inclusion is a star shape. That's precious. Okay, so talking about inclusions can come in any shape. It can be round, it can be heart shape, it can be triangle, it can be anything. So very interesting. Last time, right, when GIA, diamond, all the diamond now have laser inscription. So when you buy a diamond, how do I prove to you that this cert belongs to you, right? Is to show you the laser inscription on the report and to show you the laser inscription on the diamond. And then I show you, hey, this is the diamond. Interestingly, last time, about 10, 12 years ago, not every diamond has laser inscription. So that time, how do you recognize your own diamond? You recognize by the inclusion. So during collection, I will show you the inclusion. You make sure you see it is at this position, what color, what shape, and that diamond is mine. Okay, and there was this guy who said, Amanda, can you look for me, right, a diamond with heart shape inclusion? Wow, that one's so tough. So we had to not only get the correct carat size, the correct color and all that, we even have to get the correct inclusion, heart shape inclusion. Yeah, so because of these, last time, this kind of diamond will fetch a higher price if the inclusion is of a desirable shape. Okay, yeah. So this time you have to really, it's a sales pitch lah, to be very honest, right? But yeah, generally the demand is higher for a nice inclusion. Okay. Yes. Of course, that's another interesting topic that Adrian just brought up. It's what we are lack of, right? For example, Ruby typically stands for fire, so when we're lacking in fire, you will be given Ruby to wear. I have this very handsome, tall, dark, handsome guy from HSBC. Or was it? No, sorry, he's from Stanchart. His name starts with R. I forgot what is his full name. He told me that, Amanda, I'm lacking in fire, so I need a ring with a lot of rubies. So this young, tall, dark, handsome guy customized a ring from eClarity with 2 huge rubies, which he wears every day. And I bumped into him recently at an event at Stanchart, and he says, see, I'm still wearing your ruby, which is like 3 big ruby. So yes, that is also a request that eClarity often receive. So yes, good point that you point out. And then in general, sapphire is water, and the green is, I think, what is it called? I have to think. So it's the Chinese 金木水火土, yeah. So because of meeting some customers, I kind of learned this as well from them. Yeah, okay. All right, next please. I hope your health is better now, Adrian, that you're wearing ruby, right? Yeah. So ruby sometimes can be added inside. Let's say if you truly believe that ruby gives you good health, for example, but you don't like the color, it doesn't have to be right on top. It can be mounted inside any ring that you have. So we just mount a ruby inside. And some people believe that it's even better because it's in touch with your skin. Okay, all right. Okay, the next one, let's talk about pearls. I will just very quickly bring the topic of pearls to you because it is a big topic on itself. I just want you to know that the pearls nowadays, that when we talk about pearls, they are all cultured. Okay, cultured doesn't mean it's fake. It's still real. It's just that it's is grown in a controlled environment. So last time, how did they find pearls? Have you watched cartoon like that, like a diver dive into the ocean, see mussels, and then open up and see, wow, there's a sparkly pearls inside. Yeah, those are in the cartoon. So I think long time ago, pearls were also uncovered like that. But now there are people who are they harvest, they kind of grow the pearl. So they put all the correct mussels together, right? Put into a net, and then they inject little object into the mussel, and the mussel will grow pearls over years. So let's say they take 3 years, 5 years, so they will harvest it after 5 years or harvest it after 8 years. And you kind of know that after 8 years, what is the size of the pearls that you will achieve, right? And then also certain temperature and pressure grow certain kinds of pearls. So that is how pearls are cultured. There are 4 types of pearls in the market. So there are Akoya pearls, freshwater pearls, South Sea pearls, and Tahitian pearls. Now, in general, young brides likes to go with Akoya and freshwater pearls. So let me just show you. That so a young pearl, like Akoya pearl or freshwater pearl typically look smaller. You look at the black Tahitian pearls that is showing on the screen now. That is very huge. They are like the. Can I just have this to show? Yeah, they are huge, and they are usually the Michelle Obama kind of size, and that kind of yeah. So this is huge. Yeah, so I will share with you more about how to grade pearls. That will be when you're interested, I will share more. Okay, and how come there are some treated color, there are some real colors. So I will share with you as you ask more questions. There are a bit of voices and commotion here because the 7 o'clock appointments have arrived. I will quickly cover all the questions that you may have, and I will finish up in another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so have your questions now sent to me if you have more. Okay, Kiri, can I move on to the next slide? Okay, so these are some pictures to show you the pearls can be also designed as earrings, can be bracelets. So pearl bracelet has been extremely popular these days as well. So this is pearl bracelet. Okay, next slide please. Gifts. Okay, so just to cover, because there are people who say that my husband has been buying jewelry for me. What should I buy for him on his birthday? Of course, there are cufflinks, tie pins, pendant that can be customized. So some ideas here for you. Next slide. For baby, I love to buy baby spoon for any of my friends who give birth to baby. I'll buy them silver spoon. So the meaning of born with a silver spoon. So I love to buy that for them. At eClarity, we do sell them, and you can engrave special message on the spoon for them. Do I have some silver spoon here? I will show you later. Of course, you can also customize anklet or bracelet for them, and you can engrave names, and we have different charms. You can have crosses, you can have bells, you can have girls, we can hang a little rose. No, I just need one. Okay, all right, next slide please. And anniversary, there are people who, can I have the nicer one? So for anniversary, people also come back to change ring setting. So let's say you already have a diamond during your proposal. So for anniversary, we can just change the setting, or we can also buy some other gemstones, for example. Now this is the spoon that I talked about. Yeah. So there are rose version. Now these are not these are rose gold plated. It's actually stainless steel. Okay, because if you make the whole thing in rose gold, which we also have one, the price is extremely expensive. It's in thousands of dollars because of the weight. So the one that I would get is either stainless steel or silver, and then you can coat it to a color, because the baby won't be using this, and also won't be wearing this on the body, so the color typically stay. So that should be okay. And then this is the part where we can engrave a special message for the baby. Okay. All right. Next slide, please. Yes, you are right, Adrian. So 24K is soft. So I don't like to use 24K to mount gemstone or diamond. 22K as well. And also because of the fact that people, when they choose to mount diamonds or gemstone, usually they will choose white gold as their default preferred metal. And white gold, the best way to create white gold, it is not 22K or 24K because the metal will be too yellow. The alloy will be too yellow. So 18K sort of is a good in between. It's pure enough, and at the same time, it is also sturdy enough, like it's not too soft. Okay. All right, some design of the ring. Okay, let's just browse through all the design. Earrings, right? For earrings, I always say that every girl should have 3 pairs of earring: a dangle, a stud, and a hoop. Yeah. Okay, just my theory. Necklace. The difference between necklace and pendant is the one that is just one piece. Necklace is connected and it's wearing around your neck. Okay, right? And chain is the chain. Okay, bracelet is the soft one. Bangle is the hard ones. Just to share some common choice of words that we can iron out. Okay, and anklet cufflinks. Okay, all right. Now, there was one time where I received a lot of questions about gold investment, so I kept this slide here. Prices of gold, yes, is high. Whether it will continue increasing, I don't know. But the older generation kind of like to receive gold to keep something to keep as value, so that in the future they can also keep and pass on, or they can also trade it in. So at eClarity, we have this separate team which deals with yellow gold, and it's actually our wholesale team. So whenever someone is looking for yellow gold, we will schedule an appointment for a wholesale rep to meet here at eClarity for them to choose their yellow gold item. And there's also yellow gold, what do you call that? Like a small mini gold bar, right, in 5 gram or something, printed with happy birthday message and all, to buy for the old folks. Yeah. All right, next slide. Q&A. Okay. All right, I think today I've covered all the miscellaneous topics in jewelry. So now next webinar, I'm actually talking every Tuesday. Diamonds. The second week is wedding band. Third week, I talk about the difference between lab grown and natural. And fourth week, I talk about yellow gold and gemstone. The most popular topic is actually the difference between natural and lab grown. So, and this is the numbers. Okay. Now, Curie will end this session by sharing with you some videos about how to pick a right ring size. Is it, Curie? What are your videos today? How to do handwriting engraving. So this is also special to eClarity, where we allow you to do handwriting engraving. Okay, so stay on and then enjoy your dinner soon. I will keep in touch with you, and bye-bye. So see you next week if you are logging into webinar. Okay, all right, bye-bye. Hello.
Almost done.是哦，